Hi there, I'm Aman from Ardent Progressive School and you're watching PTO classes. So, as you can see from the screen, today we have a very interesting topic to revise, that is prepositions. This chapter is one of the most important topic of your grammar along with conjunctions. Why it is important? Because in the senior classes also and in some of the major competitive exams, in almost all of the competitive exams, prepositions, conjunctions, uh, determiners, these kind of topics always are important, and exercises are based on these topics only. So we need to revise it very carefully, we need to revise it thoroughly. So let's see that what prepositions are. Let us recall that what have we learned in the lecture that I provided you. So to begin with, uh, here is a definition of prepositions. A preposition is a word that usually tells where or when something is in relation to something else. Okay, so a preposition is a word that usually tells where, kahan, or when, and kab something is in relation to something else. Two things are there. The relation is identified through preposition, and it tells us that where or when something is relating to the other thing. Okay, preposition basically tells us about the position. Okay, where or when. Preposition, it is a word that is added before and tells us about the position, about when or where. Okay, so here are some examples of prepositions that we are going to see. First, we will see the example of where. The prepositions that tell us about where. Okay, here are some examples that tells us where something uh, is in relation to something else. Prepositions here are highlighted. The boy behind the bush. Okay, so here the relationship of the boy with the bush is shown, that where exactly the position of boy is um, in relation to the bush. The preposition behind tells us where the boy is in relation to the bush. Okay, where the boy is actually around the bush. The boy is behind the bush. So behind tells us the relation between the boy and the bush. That how the boy is related with the bush. The boy is related that he is behind the bush. Okay, a mouse under the stairs. Okay, this example, the preposition under tells us where a mouse is in relation to the stairs. The relation of mouse and the stairs is shown by the preposition under, and the preposition of place is shown here, that where exactly the mouse is sitting. Okay, so this is what the preposition of preposition that tells us about the place. Preposition of place. Preposition tells us where, about where, and when it will be about when, then it will be preposition of time. Now let us come to preposition of time. The examples that tells us when. Okay, here are some examples of preposition that tells us when something is in relation to something else. The prepositions are highlighted here. The calm before the storm. Here, the preposition before tells us when the calm is in relation to the storm. Okay, the calm, the storm. Here, before is added in the sentence, is put in the sentence, and it is telling us that the calm is sorry, not where, the calm is when. The calm is before the storm. So the relation of the calm with the storm is shown by the preposition of time, that is when. 1 second after the bang, 1 second the bang. So here in this example, the preposition after tells us when. Okay, when 1 second is in relation to the bang. So it is clear that what preposition does, it tells the relation of one part of the sentence, one word, one phrase, one whatever it is, one noun, one verb, to the other part of the sentence. Okay, it it is a part of the sentence, and it join the conjunctions are joining, but here it is not joining them, it is just telling about the relation, that what relation the two parts of the sentence hold. Now some basics about prepositions. A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun. Okay, we have seen in normally that what preposition is. Preposition tells us about when or where. It relates two parts of the sentences, but here a formal definition is there. A preposition is a word or group of words used before a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase to show direction, time, place, location, spatial relationship, or to introduce an object. Okay, so the relationship of word, the relationship between a noun, pronoun, or noun phrase is shown by a word or group of words, and this relationship is shown by the word, and that word is known as preposition. Okay, some examples of preposition are in, at, on, off, and to. Okay, prepositions in English are highly idiomatic, although there are some rules for usage, but preposition usage is dictated by fixed expressions. In these cases, it is best to memorize the phrase instead of the individual preposition. Okay, when the phrases are there, it is difficult uh, to understand that which preposition to be used and how it to be used, but you have to memorize the phrase instead of the individual preposition. Okay, a few rules are there. Prepositions of direction. First of all, to refer to a direction, use the preposition to, in, into. This is it. This is what we are doing to show the direction. We use to. Okay, in, he's sitting in a bus. Okay, into, onto, like this. It is there. She drove to the store. Okay, to the store means she is droving towards the store. This is what preposition of direction is. Preposition of time. Okay, it is very much clear from the heading itself that the prepositions which tells the relationship of two parts of the sentences through the time. To refer to one point in time, use the preposition in, at, on. Use in with parts of the day, not specific times. Okay, this was cleared in the previous video also, that when the big when the big things are there, we use in. Okay, like months are there, years are there, uh, seasons are there, then we use in. He reads in the evening. The weather is cold in December. She was born in 1996. Use at with the time of day, also use at with noon and midnight. For a small thing like I go to work at 8 o'clock. He eats lunch at noon. She often goes for a walk at night. They go to bed at midnight, like this. And preposition of place. When we are referring to a place, we use the preposition in, at, on, and inside. Okay, they will meet in the lunchroom. She was waiting at the corner. So when we are showing the places, we use these kind of preposition. Now quickly we are going to take a look back to your book, that how we learn prepositions. We are going to revise from your book. Then we will conclude this revision lecture.
Will be clear. So what is preposition? See, the word pre and position is there. So what does pre means? Usually pre means before, and position signifies a place, a position, a particular place. So what does it means? Preposition doesn't always means that the word will be before, okay, but in a sense it defines it. How? Prepositions are the words which are used to show relationship between noun, pronoun, or any other such word. So preposition shows the relation. How it shows? Like we say that I go to school. I don't say that I go school. Yeah, it is correct. I go school, but I go to school. What is the use of to here? What it is doing? It is showing the relationship between the verb. Verb is also there. So it is showing the relationship between the verb, that is go, and the noun, that is school. So it is showing the relationship between the two words. One is verb, one is noun, and the preposition is to. Okay. This way we do prepositions. We use prepositions. So prepositions comes between two different words like noun, pronoun, verb, noun, any other word, and they define the relationship. The book is on the table. Okay, the book is on the table. So here the relationship of book and the table is defined. The book is kept where? The book is kept on the table. We are not saying the book is table. We are using the preposition on. Uske upar. Okay. So we are defining the relationship. That book is there in the table. It is on the table. Okay. A table is there. It has a book and the book is on it. Upar se rakhi hui hai book. So this is defining the relationship between the noun and another noun. Okay. So this is how we understand prepositions. Now we are going to see some rules of prepositions. Afterwards we are going to see the kinds of prepositions and the common uses of prepositions. Then we will quickly do some exercises. Okay, so here are some rules from your book. You can see page number 70. There are a few rules written. These are very important rules. You have to understand them. See the first rule. Some sentences take prepositions at the end of them, but try to avoid using them. Okay, so some of the sentences use preposition at the end. It is there, it is not wrong, but try to avoid it because it is not necessary, it is not required. Without the preposition also, the sentence is meaningful. How? See, the first sentence, where did Ruchi go, and to. So here, where did Ruchi go to? So to is the preposition. Okay, to is the preposition of place. But if you are saying where did Ruchi go, then also it is correct. We are asking where did Ruchi go. We are asking about the place itself. Then the preposition of place is not required. We can simply say where did Ruchi go. One more example. I will go later on. mistake. It is not proper, but here in the book it is written incorrect. But it is not that grammatically incorrect, because if you are using on also, then nothing is wrong. But try to avoid it because it doesn't sound that good. I will go later. मैं बाद में जाऊंगा. On is not that required. See, one more rule of preposition. Preposition usually come before nouns. Okay, preposition usually come before noun. We were discussing pre and position. Position is the place. Pre means before. So preposition means the preposition, the word comes before the noun. How? See, after class. After is a preposition, class is a noun. On clinic, okay. Sorry, on fire. Fire is a noun, on is a preposition. At home, home is a noun, at is a preposition. So this is also a very interesting rule, that often, most of the time, preposition comes before a noun. That is why it is called a preposition, because it is placed before a noun. Usually, it is not an absolute thing that it will only happen, but it is a possibility that preposition will come before a noun. Now, preposition usually indicate the time, okay, position or logical relationship of the objects. Okay, so there are basically two kinds of prepositions, simple and compound, but prepositions are also defined in further way that you will study in the later classes. Preposition of time is there, preposition of place is there, so on. There are different kinds of prepositions. So preposition indicates the time, the place. How? I will go to school. Okay, here the place is defined. I will go at 5 o'clock. Here time is defined. Okay, got it? Now see, the ball is on the table. Okay, here position is also indicated. The ball is on the table. Okay, and second, the ball is beside the table. So the ball is around the table itself, but the position is defined by the preposition. That ball is either on the table, ball is beside the table, ball is behind the table, ball is next to the table, like that. Prepositions never change their forms regardless of the case, gender. Okay, preposition never changes according to the gender or anything like that. A preposition is never followed by a verb. We were discussing that preposition usually comes before noun. Okay, but preposition never comes before a verb. See, to go. To go is not a correct form of using preposition. Now we are going to classify the prepositions. How? I will show you. There are basically two classifications of preposition, two major kinds of prepositions, that are, first of all, the simple preposition, second, the compound preposition. What is simple and what is compound? Okay, compound sentences we have done, where two different sentences are put together in a sentence to make the meaning of that sentence. Similarly, compound preposition will be more than one word, and simple will be just a word. How? Like simple preposition will have at, on, to, like that, and the compound will have like instead of, in front, because of, and so on, like that. The compound preposition will be defined. Okay. Now quickly we are going to read the prepositions open your book and read. Preposition of time. On is used for days of the week, festivals, and like on Monday, on Saturday, on Diwali, on Dashera, on my birthday, like that. In is used for months, seasons, time of the day, year, after a period of time, like that. See, in October, we don't say on October, we say on Monday in October. Okay, when the specific day is there, when small things are there, we use on. When big things are there, we use in. At is there, at night, the thing that is going to happen soon. Monday was there, but see, at night, at noon, at the weekend, at a certain point of time. Okay, so on, many are there. You have to read it from the book. I will be asking you in the Google Meet the preposition of time, place, and so on. Now we have prepositions of place. That also you have to study from the book, and some commonly used prepositions also you have to read from the book. And now we are moving ahead. These prepositional phrases, these are also very important. How these compound preposition was there and simple preposition was there. Simple preposition has only a single word. Compound has more than one word. Here phrase will have a proper phrase, like 2-3 words will be there, but will make some meaning, which will not make entire meaning, but at least some meaning will be there. Phrases we have already studied earlier. Quickly we are going to do the exercises now, so that you get to know how to do the exercises, and then you can note them down in the book itself with a pencil. You can mark the answers, you can mark the other answers on your phone. So fill in the blanks of the given paragraph with the prepositions in. So different prepositions are given, you have to use them. In front of, on, at, after, like that. So I was born 12th June. Okay, I was telling you that in is used for big things, on is used for small. So I was born on 12th June in Rampur. Okay, I was born on 12th June at Rampur in Uttarakhand. Okay, but at the last 8 years, but since the last 8 years I have been living in Delhi. After the morning, I get up at 5 a.m. and go for a walk. After coming from walk, I go to washroom and take bath. Okay, this is the way you have to do. You have to read the words. You have to find the correct word, the appropriate word. First of all, you have to go through the tables. You have to see where the words are used. Okay, preposition of time is very important. Then you have to fill in the blanks accordingly. Exercise B, you have to choose the correct prepositions. I am Sujata and I live at, of, or in. I live at Gloria Salmalla in Unchapur. So we use the exact location, and at is there. I live in Mumbai. I am Sujata and I live in Mumbai. During summer, I usually go to Lonavala because of the cool weather. So first blank will be in, second will be during, third will be to, and fourth will be of. So this is how you have to do. Rest of the blanks you have to fill on your own. I will be asking you in the Google Meet soon. On Monday I will be taking your Google Meet and I will ask you these questions. Exercise C. Fill in the blanks using correct prepositions. Okay. We will go for lunch. Many prepositions are there. About is there. After is there. Away is there. Across is there. Together is there. Okay. We will go for lunch after the movie. I told the children stand away from the fire. So this is how you have to do. First and second I have already done. We will go for lunch after the movie. Second, away from the fire. This is how you are going to do it. Exercise D you have to read on your own and you have to do on your own. And exercise E you have to underline the preposition. See how? In 1992. So first one is only preposition. Ice cream really became popular when Thomas Wall, a British sausage manufacturer was worried about short time working in his factory. So in you will mark. So this is how wherever the prepositions are there, you have to underline them. Exercise F. In the sentences given below, underline the prepositional phrases. Okay. Each sentence contains more than one. During winter, I like going for a coffee house at the club near my house. So, for a coffee at the club near my house during winter are all prepositional phrases. The park is surrounded by many trees. Is surrounded by trees with leafy branches. Okay, gives plenty of shade. Plenty of shade. So wherever the of these words are coming, they are a part of the prepositional phrase. So this is very easy.